Aren't you sick and tired of being the smallest and skinniest guy in your gym? Do you ever sit and wonder, like, why am I still skinny no matter how much I eat? After working with over 100 clients over the last 2 years, I've actually clocked the game on how to bulk up without getting fat and still look athletic. So let's go. Before I get into this, you can't have a negative Nancy mind state. You're probably wondering, oh, how much do I have to eat?
I've eaten everything and I don't gain any weight.
Doesn't matter how much I go to the gym, I don't build muscle.
If your mentality is like that, this ain't gonna work. I know what you're thinking. How long is this gonna take? And I'll answer that one for you really quickly. There's something called newbie gains. And if you're just getting into the gym, or if you haven't been training properly at all for the last couple of years, and this is the first time you're gonna train properly, you can expect to gain anything from 1 to 2 pounds of pure muscle tissue every single month. That might not sound like a lot, but in 10 months, that could be 20 pounds of pure muscle. Most people who bulk up, they gain muscle and fat. So take advantage of the newbie gains. I've got a cat. Hi. And if I didn't feed her, she wouldn't grow, right? The same thing is happening to your body, whether you like it or not. Okay, you wanna go, let's go. To build muscle, you need to be in a calorie surplus. Yes, you've heard it before, but you actually need to make sure that you're getting into a calorie surplus. So the best way to do that is to start tracking your meals. I know it's boring, I know you don't wanna do it, but if you just focus on tracking your meals every single day for at least 3 months, I promise you, you'll gain muscle. And you need to make sure that you're in a surplus of around 500 calories. I wouldn't go above that because that's when we start to get into that fat gaining territory. And I'm not really about that dirty bulk life. You see me, you know how I like to train, I like to keep it lean and mean. But the next problem is a lot of guys think that they're Sam Sulek. I'm not about that bodybuilding life. I want to be jacked, but I want to be athletic. I want to run, I want to do Muay Thai, I want to fight, I want to do everything. Being one of those big bodybuilders, you can't do that. Plus, you might see Sam Sulek chugging down milkshakes and all that kind of stuff, but he's also on that special sauce. So if you're not on the special sauce and you want to do it naturally, the quality of your food is also important. You want to be eating whole foods, not all that processed junk. Okay, so we've got the simple stuff out of the way, calorie surplus and tracking calories. I know it's boring, but now let's go. Imagine treating building muscle like a plant in your garden. If you water it like once every few weeks, it's probably going to die. Yes, this is fake. Building muscle is sort of the same thing. You need to be training regularly. And most people will say a minimum of 3 days a week. I'm going to push you. You should be trying to hit the gym at least 5 days a week to build some muscle. I'm not saying you got to be there for hours and hours and hours, but a good 45-minute hypertrophy focused strength workout will help you build muscle. That's the frequency that I recommend. And then with that being said, according to the research, you should be aiming to hit each muscle group 2 times per week. So if it's a 3-day program, it might be upper body, lower body, then 1 full body day. If it's a 4-day program, it might be upper body, lower body, lower body. And if it's a 5-day program, you could do this again, but now you can focus more on body parts. As long as you're hitting your major muscle groups 2 times a week, that is enough. You might have areas of your body that is lagging behind. You might hear coaches talk about your lagging parts. It could be your rear delts. It could be your calf muscles. Be sure to add some extra reps and sets and give that a little bit more volume to try and speed up the growth of those areas. I remember listening to a Simi and Panda video, even though I'm not a bodybuilder, and he spoke about how his calves took 10 years to grow, and then he started doing calf raises on his upper body days just to get some more volume. It works. There's no doubt about it. Now, you guys love supplements, but supplements is like the icing on the cake. It's not the main ingredient, but a cake is always better with a little bit of icing, right? The same thing applies with supplements. They won't fix a shitty diet, but if everything else is on point, it will make the diet even better. These bad boys help fill nutritional gaps, such as low protein, maybe not getting enough magnesium, maybe vitamin D, plus a host of other things. If your diet's already on point and you're eating good quality food every single day, but you need a bit of a top up, these things come in handy. However, they complement your diet. They do not replace your diet. So here's what I'd recommend. Number 1, whey protein. If you're not hitting all your protein targets, add this to the mix. I promise it does the job. I'm sorry, Mr. Eddie Abu, but there's nothing wrong with whey protein.
They're thinking, oh my God, I feel a bit hungry. It's because you're drinking shit like this. This ain't food.
Number 2 is creatine. Yes, I take creatine every single day without fail. I probably take more creatine than whey protein because creatine should be taken regularly. It does occur naturally in some red meats, but it's not enough. And this is really, really powerful. It's not a steroid. It's going to make you 10 times more stronger. And I promise you it's going to help you train. Now, if you live in a very, very cold country with not much sun, vitamin D is a big one. And then lastly, just for your muscles to make you feel good, magnesium does the job. And specifically, magnesium citrate. Hopefully that's how you pronounce it. And if you want good quality supplements, I always recommend Vita Bright because they come in the dark bottle. They don't get destroyed by the sun. And I've found their supplements to be of high quality. So no, No steroids needed. Natural all the way, baby. Think of your body like a smartphone. If you don't charge it, what happens? It doesn't work. It doesn't function properly. You can't send text messages. You can't send emails. It doesn't even turn on. Your body is the same way. If you are not getting at least 7 to 9 hours of sleep, at the minimum 6 hours, your muscle is never going to grow and you will never bulk up. I speak to so many clients who don't get any sleep or they're highly stressed. You need to start sleeping because you may not realize it, but when you lift weights, something's happening to your muscles. There's these little micro tears that are taking place. You won't be able to see them with the naked eye, but when you sleep, your body is literally repairing those micro tears. So your muscles repair and they come back stronger than they were before. You can't be up playing Xbox or PlayStation late at night till 2 in the morning if you really want to bulk up. If you're happy being a skinny weirdo, then cool, keep doing that. But if you really want to build muscle, you need to prioritize it. Minimum 6 hours. And here's what you need to do. Instead of setting an alarm in the morning, set an alarm at night to actually send you to bed. So I call it a reverse alarm. I learned that from a guy named Craig Ballantyne. On top of that, you need to make sure that your bedroom is nice and cool. If it's too hot, you're not going to sleep very well. If it's too cold, you need to make sure that you've got some thick, nice blankets. Number 3, no social media in bed. This is a no social media zone. You will not catch me on Instagram or YouTube or Twitter when I'm laying down in here. The next thing, I do not have a TV in my bedroom. I refuse to bring a TV in here because I sleep a lot better without it. And the last thing, have a little read before bed. Grab a book, an actual book, not an iPad, not a Kindle, and read from paper. This will help you sleep a lot better. Don't bring work into bed, don't bring stress into bed, and don't argue with your partner in bed unless you're gonna do like makeup loving, you know what I mean? If you wanna build muscle, you really need to get that on point because this is literally where the muscle building takes place, when you're sleeping and recovering. Now you've got it all figured out. You know exactly what you need to do to bulk up and stop being the skinny guy in your group. You no longer have to be the skinniest guy in the gym. You can actually build an athletic body that has muscle. But now you've actually got to put the right program together or else none of this will actually work. And I don't know about you, but I don't want you to be skinny for the rest of your life. I actually made a video that's going to show you exactly what to do in the gym so that you can bulk up effectively. Just watch this video right here.